Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passenger. We're coming to the end of the school year, and you know what that means. No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks. We probably felt that way when we were in elementary and high school. But as adults, we know that much as they love their jobs and their mission to educate children, teachers need a break too. This time of year, teachers are grading, cleaning out their students' lockers, turning in their grades, packing up their rooms, and looking forward to a little time off. On this episode of Burning Bright, some pieces written by people who spent at least part of their careers as teachers. Sarah Dickenson Snyder said that after teaching for 40 years, she started traveling more and found that it opened her eyes in new ways. Here's Sarah's poem, On a Boat in Doubtful Sound, New Zealand. Fjords open into the Tasman Sea, its sinking and rising a gesture of breath. Baby seals nudge themselves up to a rocky surface. A pod of dolphins appears in our wake, taut bodies, regal and bearded with the sea. Then the engines cut. The boat stills and drifts in a monastery of hush. All sky, sun, clouds, birds, and the ocean frothing against the steep sides of earth. How I grieve the leaving sun, everything silhouette before the end. From Passenger's 2025 Poetry Contest issue, Sarah Dickenson Snyder's On a Boat in Doubtful Sound, New Zealand. As a speech and language therapist for 40 years, Ilene Millman said she taught literacy skills to children who learn differently. Here's Ilene's poem, Text Neck. Sit up straight, my mother said time and again when she spotted me moon-shaped arc, angled over book or yellow pad. What she meant was, skeleton and skin are bodies except habitual placement. She'd be delighted to find new evidence pregnant with implication, plunked now in existential twilight, glowing from the faces of tiny screens, butts planted, heads canted forward. We are growing spikes. Like a horn, a hook, a beak, stalactites at the base of our skulls just above the neck. Penetration of technology leaving a distinct sign-off? Erich Fromm said, "We shape our tools, and then our tools shape us." My mother said, "To expect something from your flesh and senses, you need to keep your head up." From Passenger's Winter 2020 issue, Ilene Millman's poem, Text Neck. She said she discovered the term in a 2016 Journal of Anatomy article that said, a growing number of young people have developed a bony external occipital protuberance thought to be a response of the body to smartphone use, a condition dubbed text neck. Harriet Stratton studied, practiced, and taught fine arts as a profession. She got back to writing poetry when she retired from public school teaching. Here's a poem she wrote based on memory of her parents on their cattle ranch in the sandhills of Colorado. While making fence with my father. I carry the Red Hills Brothers coffee can, half full of U-shaped fence staples. He picks out 4 at a time to nail each strand of stretched wire to a cedar post. On the tailgate, we eat a sandwich. He uncorks his thermos. I kneel in the sand, sifting dry silk through third-grade fingers. That's how I find the tiny clamshell, far from any obvious shore. I raise the fossil to my father's smile. He sweeps his arm across the sandhill prairie. Once this was water. You're sitting on the bed of an ancient sea. Something stirred in me then, a tingling, like a root fluorescing at a depth below time. I think I began to feel how it is to think, as if a camera that had been focused on me backed away, and through the lens, young Dad and me in the blue pickup appeared as an island in the ocean of grass. As my vision receded further into space, I became but a thin grain on a shoreline circumscribing what I knew, surrounded by a waving sea of all that there is unknown. Harriet Stratton's poem, While Making Fence with My Father, from Passager's 2020 Poetry Contest issue. This next poem is also from Passager's 2020 Poetry Contest issue. Cathleen Cohen said she's taught poetry to thousands of students from many Philadelphia neighborhoods, faith communities, and backgrounds through the We the Poets program. She said it's essential to support and nurture creative expression in children, to hear their stories. Here's Kathleen's poem, Naming. My daughter and her wife rescued a tomcat to companion the sweet, aged female who prowls through their house. Eli, our grandchild, age 4, named the cat Samuel, then declared it a girl. Lately, we've been crawling beside the felines, comparing their underbellies with reference photos. But Eli insists, as if enlightened in a dream. He says Samuel will tell us she's a girl when she's older. Naming, Cathleen Cohen. If you're related to or know any K-12 teachers, thank them for their hard work over the past school year. You might even offer to buy them a cup of coffee or something stronger. To subscribe to, donate to, or learn more about Passager and its commitment to older writers, visit PassagerBooks.com. Passager offers a 25% discount on the books and journal issues featured here on Burning Bright. Visit our website to see what's on sale this week. For Christine, Roseanne, Mary, Asher, and the rest of the Passager staff, I'm John Shore.